Life is full of cycles, ups and downs, and moments of deep transformation. Just when it seems like we are about to give up or face the most overwhelming chaos, the possibility of significant change is hidden, the beginning of something great. Drawing inspiration from the philosophy and psychological principles of Carl Jung, this analysis explores how moments of uncertainty and challenge are often the prelude to the best chapter of your life. Jung believed that existential crises and inner struggles were the path to individuation, the process of discovering and realizing our true self. In this video, we will delve into the signs, patterns, and messages the universe shows you before a radical transformation, and how you can interpret them to embrace your new chapter with clarity, purpose, and courage. Get ready to look inward, discover your hidden strength, and understand why shadows always precede the light. The best chapter of your life is about to begin.
No.
Perhaps you have been waiting for this breakthrough for a long time. Maybe you've been working hard, facing challenges, and overcoming obstacles, yet you still feel stuck. Sometimes, when we are closest to our breakthrough, life can feel the hardest, the most chaotic. It's as if the universe is preparing you for that change, but first needs to ensure you're ready to receive everything you've been asking for. This is the moment where many people give up, when they feel they can't push forward anymore, when everything seems at its most difficult. It's easy to think you failed or that your efforts have been in vain. But what we don't always recognize is that just at that point of maximum tension, when everything feels like it's at its limit, is when the breakthrough is closest. Think of it like the moment before a barrier bursts. The pressure you're feeling isn't a sign of failure, but of something big about to be released. When a dam is about to release the water it has been holding back, the pressure builds to its peak just before it breaks. In the same way, in your life, what feels like the greatest difficulty is actually the prelude to your breakthrough. It's natural to feel fear or uncertainty in this moment. After all, change can be frightening, even when it's positive. We cling to what we know because familiarity gives us a sense of security. But the breakthrough you are about to experience requires you to let go of old structures, outdated beliefs, and patterns that have kept you where you are. It demands courage to step into the unknown. What many people don't understand is that the moment just before a breakthrough is often full of chaos and confusion. It's as if everything in your life gets disordered before it can reorganize into something new and better. This chaos isn't a sign that you're out of control. It's a sign that the old order is breaking down so the new one can emerge. It's a necessary, though uncomfortable, process. The breakthrough you are about to experience isn't just an external change. It's not just about landing a new job, achieving a goal, or improving a relationship. It's a profound internal shift. Everything you've been experiencing up until this point has been preparing you for this inner transformation. You've been learning lessons, strengthening your skills, and facing challenges that have shaped you into someone capable of handling what's coming. Sometimes, we don't realize how much we've grown because we're too close to the situation. It's easy to focus on the challenges and difficulties without seeing the real progress you've made. But I want you to pause for a moment and think about everything you've overcome to get here. Every obstacle, every apparent failure, every moment of doubt has been preparing you for this breakthrough. The inner work you've done has brought you to this point. You might not see it clearly now, but everything you've gone through was necessary for you to be ready to receive what's coming. The breakthrough you're about to experience is not an accident or a stroke of luck. It's the direct result of everything you've done to prepare yourself, even when you didn't realize you were preparing. At this point, it's crucial to trust the process. Fear and doubt are natural, but don't let them hold you back. You're so close to breaking through, to releasing everything you've been building up. And when you do, you'll see that every effort, every sacrifice was worth it. Breakthroughs don't always come in the way we expect. Sometimes it might feel like things are falling apart just before they come together. Sometimes what seems like a loss is actually the release of something that no longer serves you. But if you can maintain faith and trust in the process, you'll see that every step, even the hardest ones, has been leading you to this moment. You're on the threshold of something big. What you've been seeking, what you've been working so hard to achieve, is about to come to you. But before you can receive it, you need to make sure you're ready to handle it. This is the moment when the universe asks you to trust, to let go of control, and to open yourself to what's coming. Fear may accompany you on this journey, But it doesn't have to be an obstacle. Fear is simply a sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. And that's exactly where you need to be to experience a breakthrough. Growth only happens at the edges of what you know. And right now, you're standing on those edges. You're at the boundary between who you are and who you're about to become. So take a deep breath and recognize that you are exactly where you need to be. This moment is not an accident. It's no coincidence that you're watching this video now. The universe has brought you here because it knows you're ready for your breakthrough. All you have to do is stand firm, trust the process, and be willing to take the next step, even if that step leads you into the unknown. As you approach your breakthrough, it's common for fear and uncertainty to intensify just as you're about to cross the threshold into a new stage of your life. Old fears, doubts, and insecurities seem to rise with greater force than ever before, as if everything you've avoided facing suddenly decides to appear right before the most pivotal moment. It's natural to feel overwhelmed, but this is when you must remember something fundamental. Fear is a companion to growth. When you're on the verge of stepping into something new, leaving behind an older version of yourself, fear arises because you are moving away from what is familiar. Our brains are wired to prefer the known because the known, no matter how uncomfortable, is safe. Anything outside of that comfort zone represents risk. However, what many people fail to understand is that fear in this context is not a sign you're on the wrong path. On the contrary, fear can be a sign that you're exactly where you need to be. Fear doesn't appear when you're stagnant or comfortable. It shows up when you're growing, when you're about to take a step into the unknown, into something that has the potential to transform your life. Fear is not your enemy. It's simply a signal that you're doing something important, something significant. It's an indicator that you're at the threshold of change. And if you can recognize this, if you can learn to feel the fear without letting it stop you, you'll be in a much stronger position to move toward what you desire. One common mistake we make is trying to avoid fear, to run from it, or eliminate it completely before taking action. We think that if we feel fear, it means we're not ready, that we shouldn't move forward. But the truth is, fear will always be present in some form. No matter how much personal growth you work on, or how prepared you are, there will always be a level of uncertainty when you're about to take an important leap. The key is not to eliminate fear, but to learn to coexist with it, to keep moving forward despite it. Because on the other side of fear lies growth, lies your breakthrough. Fear is like a door you must pass through, a test to show that you're truly committed to what you want. So how can you handle fear as you approach your breakthrough? 1. Awareness. When fear begins to rise, instead of resisting it or letting it paralyze you, observe it. Ask yourself, what exactly am I afraid of? Often, when we break fear down into smaller parts, we realize it's not as terrifying as it seems. Maybe you're afraid of failure, rejection, or the unknown. But when you examine each of these fears, you see that they're simply mental constructs, thoughts you've created. 2. Action. Often, the best way to overcome fear is to act despite it. You don't need to feel completely secure before taking the next step. In fact, complete security is an illusion. There will always be some degree of uncertainty, and the sooner you accept this, the easier it will be to move forward. Action creates momentum, and that momentum dissolves fear. 3. Remember you're not alone. While your personal breakthrough is unique, millions of people around the world are facing their own fears at this very moment. We are all on this journey of growth and transformation. The fear you feel isn't exclusive to you. It's a natural part of being human. Knowing that others face and overcome their fears can give you the strength to keep going. In addition to fear, uncertainty is another frequent companion before a breakthrough. You might feel that you're about to take a big step, but lack clarity about exactly how the path will unfold or what the outcomes will be. That lack of clarity can feel overwhelming. We like to know what's going to happen. We crave guarantees that everything will work out before we take a risk. Unfortunately, life doesn't work that way. Uncertainty is part of the process of moving forward, and like fear, it's not something to avoid. Instead of trying to control every detail or waiting until everything is perfectly aligned, you need to learn to trust the process. Trust that even though you can't see every step of the way, everything is unfolding as it should. Sometimes breakthroughs don't arrive in the form you expect. Opportunities may come in unexpected ways, and solutions may present themselves in forms you hadn't anticipated. It's important to remain open to these possibilities, By embracing both fear and uncertainty and learning to move forward in their presence, you prepare yourself for the transformation you've been waiting for. Remember, fear and doubt are not obstacles. They're signs that you're on the verge of something extraordinary. Keep going, because your breakthrough is closer than you think. The universe has a way of rearranging things to place you in the right place at the right time for your breakthrough to happen. However, if you are too focused on a specific idea of how that breakthrough should unfold, you might miss the opportunities that are right in front of you. One way to manage uncertainty is to focus on what you can control. You may not know exactly how your breakthrough will happen, but you can control your attitude, your energy, and your actions. You can continue preparing, working on yourself, and making decisions that bring you closer to your goals. Even if you can't see the full picture right now, focusing on what you can control will give you a sense of empowerment, even when external circumstances are uncertain. In the meantime, it's essential to learn to recognize the signs that your breakthrough is near. The universe is always communicating with you, sending subtle hints that you're on the right path. These signs can take many forms: an unexpected conversation that brings clarity, an opportunity that seems to come out of nowhere, or even an inner sense that something is shifting. When you're aligned with what you truly desire, you start noticing these synchronicities more frequently. Perhaps you've been considering a career change, and suddenly you meet someone working in the field you're interested in. Or maybe you've been seeking a solution to a personal problem, and someone unexpectedly offers advice or shares an idea that deeply resonates with you. These signs are not coincidences. They are the universe guiding you toward your breakthrough. But to notice them, you need to be present, aware of what's happening around you, and open to receiving what the universe has to offer. As you continue moving forward, it's also crucial to maintain a mindset of gratitude. Gratitude not only helps you stay positive, but also allows you to recognize everything you've already accomplished up to this point. We often become so focused on the future that we forget all the progress we've made. Take a moment to reflect on how much you've grown, on the small victories you've accumulated along the way. Gratitude lets you enjoy the process even before the breakthrough occurs. As you continue progressing toward the significant change you've been waiting for, it's important to understand a fundamental principle: consistency is key. Many of us think breakthroughs happen suddenly, as a stroke of luck or an instant revelation. But the truth is, most breakthroughs are the result of small, consistent steps that build up over time to create a powerful momentum. This momentum is what will carry you through moments of doubt, fear, and exhaustion. It's what will help you overcome inertia when you feel like you can't take another step. But to maintain that momentum, you need to cultivate steady energy. Here is where many people make the mistake of waiting to feel motivated before they act. They believe momentum will come only when everything feels right. But in reality, momentum is created through action, not the other way around. Once you start moving, even if it's just a small step each day, you begin to generate the internal energy that propels you forward. It's like pushing a snowball downhill. At first, it may take significant effort to get it rolling, but once it gains momentum, it moves on its own, gathering strength as it goes. So how can you ensure you keep moving toward your breakthrough? 1. Discipline. Discipline is not a word many people like to hear because they associate it with sacrifice or rigidity. But in truth, discipline is what gives you freedom. When you're disciplined in your daily actions and small decisions, you build a solid structure that allows you to move forward without relying on whether you feel motivated or not. Instead of waiting for inspiration, focus on creating habits that bring you closer to your goals. These habits don't need to be grand or complicated. They can be as simple as dedicating a few minutes each day to working on your goal, maintaining a positive mindset, or practicing gratitude. What matters is consistency. Over time, these small habits add up and create the momentum needed so that when your breakthrough comes, you're prepared to embrace it. 2. Supportive environment. Another critical factor in building and maintaining momentum is surrounding yourself with an environment that supports you. This includes both your physical surroundings and the people around you. If your environment is full of distractions, chaos, or negativity, it will be much harder to maintain the focus and energy you need to move forward. But if you surround yourself with things that inspire you and remind you why you're doing what you're doing, it will be much easier to keep the momentum. The same applies to the people in your life. If the people you spend time with don't share your values or goals, or if they constantly fill you with doubt or negativity, their energy can drain yours. It's important to surround yourself with people who support you, who believe in you, and who are willing to walk this journey with you. These people will remind you of your strength when you forget it yourself and help you maintain momentum when you feel like you can't go on. 3. Internal dialogue. Lastly, be mindful of your internal dialogue. The way you speak to yourself can be one of the most decisive factors in your success. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not enough, that you're not ready, or that you'll never make it, you're sabotaging your own momentum. But if you speak to yourself with kindness, encouragement, and confidence that you're on the right path, you'll start to notice how your energy shifts. You don't have to wait until everything is perfect to start moving forward. In fact, breakthroughs often happen precisely when things are not perfect, when you allow yourself to move forward despite the circumstances. Life rarely gives you the perfect stage to make that bold move that changes everything. There will always be challenges, and there will always be reasons to doubt. What truly sets apart those who achieve great breakthroughs from those who remain stuck is the willingness to keep going, even when the path isn't clear or when things don't go as expected. This is where the concept of flexibility comes into play. As you get closer to your breakthrough, you may face setbacks or detours along the way. When this happens, it's easy to feel like you've failed or that you're losing the momentum you worked so hard to build. But flexibility allows you to adapt to the circumstances and keep moving forward, even if the path changes. Being flexible means being willing to adjust your approach or change direction if necessary, without losing sight of your ultimate goal. It doesn't mean giving up on what you want. It means being open to different ways of achieving it. Sometimes what seems like a detour or a setback is actually a redirection towards something better. It's important to allow yourself to learn from these detours instead of seeing them as failures. Every obstacle you face has something to teach you. It might be a lesson in patience, persistence, or humility. It might show you a part of yourself that still needs to grow before you can receive what you're seeking. Whatever the lesson, when you face challenges with an open mind and a learning attitude instead of resistance, you become stronger and more prepared for what lies ahead. One way to maintain this flexibility and openness is to practice meditation or daily reflection. By taking a few minutes each day to be still, breathe, and connect with your inner self, you can start to hear the subtle signals of what needs adjusting or changing in your life. Meditation helps clear your mind of external noise and distractions, allowing you to listen to your intuition. This practice not only helps you maintain momentum, but also guides you toward the necessary adjustments to move forward more efficiently. Additionally, as you build and maintain momentum toward your breakthrough, it's crucial to take the time to recognize and celebrate your progress. We often become so focused on the final goal that we forget to appreciate the small achievements along the way. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your breakthrough and deserves recognition. Celebrating your accomplishments, no matter how insignificant they may seem, reinforces your motivation and reminds you that the effort is worth it. You don't need to wait until you reach the goal to feel satisfaction. The simple act of moving forward, of persisting despite challenges, is something worth celebrating. Finally, as you prepare for your breakthrough, remember that everything in life happens in cycles. There will be moments when you feel full of energy and enthusiasm, and others when you feel exhausted or discouraged. These cycles are natural and are not a sign that you're failing or that your breakthrough isn't going to happen. They're simply part of the process. Learn to respect these cycles and work with them rather than against them. In moments of high energy, take advantage of the opportunity to push forward more rapidly. In moments of low energy, allow yourself to rest and recharge, knowing that the momentum will return. When your breakthrough finally arrives, all the effort, persistence, dedication, and trust in the process will have paid off. Maybe you've landed the job you've always wanted, reached a significant personal goal, or overcome an obstacle that once seemed insurmountable. Whatever your breakthrough, it's important to recognize that this is just the beginning of a new chapter. Even though you may feel joy and satisfaction now, this is where a new phase begins, the phase of maintaining, deepening, and expanding your breakthrough. Many people, after achieving a major milestone or overcoming a significant barrier, make the mistake of thinking they no longer need to keep working or striving. They believe they've reached their final destination and that everything will be easier from that point on. But life doesn't work that way. Success and personal growth are not static destinations. They are ongoing processes. Your breakthrough is simply another step on the ladder of your personal evolution. How you choose to move forward after this achievement will determine what comes next. The first step to maintaining the right mindset after your breakthrough is to recognize that there is always room for growth. Reaching a goal doesn't mean you're done. It means you now have the opportunity to build on what you've learned and accomplished, to continue expanding and evolving. When you adopt a mindset of continuous growth, you realize that every breakthrough is just a starting point for something greater. This mindset helps you avoid one of the biggest pitfalls after a major achievement: complacency. Complacency occurs when, after achieving what you set out to do, you allow yourself to relax too much and stop striving. You may think you've done enough and that there's no need to keep growing or learning. But the problem with complacency is that while it may offer a temporary sense of rest, in the long term, it can lead to losing what you've gained. When you stop striving and looking for ways to keep improving, you risk becoming stagnant. While it may seem like you've reached the top, life always moves forward. If you don't keep evolving, you're likely to lose the momentum that brought you to your breakthrough in the first place. That's why it's so important to maintain a mindset of growth, always being open to new ideas, new learning, and new ways of growing. The key to avoiding complacency is to keep alive the spark of curiosity that drove you to seek your breakthrough in the first place. Keep asking questions, keep challenging yourself to improve, and keep looking for ways to grow in all areas of your life. No matter how many achievements you've reached, there is always something new to learn, something more to explore, something else to discover about yourself and the world around you. Another important aspect after your breakthrough is self-care. Often, when working toward a major goal, we focus so much on achieving that objective that we forget to take care of ourselves along the way. Perhaps you've been working long hours, sacrificing rest, or even neglecting your physical and emotional well-being. Now that you've reached your breakthrough, it's time to remember that success means little if you can't fully enjoy it. It's crucial to take the time to recharge both physically and emotionally. Give yourself permission to celebrate your success, enjoy the moment, and thank yourself for all the effort you've invested. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. By taking care of yourself, you ensure that you'll be in the best position to keep moving forward and sustain what you've achieved. It's essential to take time to reflect on everything you've learned throughout this journey. The road to your breakthrough was rich with lessons, some challenging, others unexpectedly enlightening. Now that you've reached this milestone, pause to consider how those experiences have shaped you. What have you learned about yourself? What insights have you gained about your strengths, abilities, and areas for growth? Reflection is a powerful tool that helps you solidify what you've learned and apply it moving forward. If you rush ahead without pausing to reflect, you risk overlooking valuable lessons that could prepare you for future challenges. Life consistently offers opportunities for growth, and by internalizing these lessons, you'll be better equipped for the breakthroughs yet to come. A vital part of continuing growth after a breakthrough is surrounding yourself with people who support and challenge you to become your best self. The company you keep has a profound influence on your energy, mindset, and ability to progress. Choose to be around individuals who align with your values, encourage your growth, and inspire you to keep moving forward. It's tempting to surround yourself with people who always agree with you or avoid challenging you, but these relationships won't foster growth. Seek out those who push you to evolve and motivate you to exceed your current limits. These individuals will not only offer encouragement, but also help you stay focused on your path of continuous improvement. Another essential aspect of sustained progress is nurturing gratitude. Gratitude isn't just for the moment of achievement, it's a daily practice. Regularly expressing gratitude keeps you in a positive mindset, deepens your appreciation for what you have, and opens you up to even greater abundance. Gratitude helps you connect with the richness of your current life while reminding you that there's always more to explore. Regardless of how far you've come, maintaining gratitude enables you to approach each day with optimism and openness. It helps you recognize opportunities even in difficult situations and serves as a reminder that there's always something to be thankful for. Finally, remember that your breakthrough impacts more than just you. Achieving something significant in your life influences the people around you. Your success, growth, and perseverance inspire others to pursue their own goals. By continuing to evolve, you not only elevate yourself but also create a path for others to follow. You may not always realize it, but your journey is being observed. People in your life are inspired by your ability to overcome challenges, persist through adversity, and continue growing even after reaching a milestone. Your example serves as a light that encourages others to aim higher and push through their own barriers. Maintaining a mindset of continuous growth transforms your breakthrough into something much larger than yourself. It becomes a catalyst for positive change, creating a ripple effect of growth and evolution. By investing in yourself, embracing improvement, and expanding your awareness, you not only enhance your own life, but also uplift those around you.